In this week's episode, we've got nothing. Zilch. Nada. It was a boring week and we shouldn't even be podcasting. It's okay, though. We've still managed to put together a show that is both entertaining and informative. Well, it's informative anyway, I think. It's such a slow week that we actually have Walt Disney World news. A shocker, I know. Also, World of Disney reopens. A Ralph sneak peek is coming to Disneyland. Mary Poppins Returns, and more on this pointless episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim. Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
What's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Bring up me how to show up.
You never had a friend like me.
Some imagination, huh?
Made you look.
Yeah, Gangster's Paradise. That's where I went. I went to Sin City, went to Las Vegas for that LDI show that we talked about last week.
I don't mess with that religion.
And hey, it was pretty cool. It was fun. I saw a bunch of lights and I got blinded. Let me just say,
Were you wrapped up like a deuce?
blinded by the light. No, I wasn't. But let me just tell you real quick. There was this one booth. Now this LDI is Live Design International. This is where all the lighting designers go and all the people who sell lights. I've talked about last week. Concert lighting.
Is that where they go after they've blinded everybody?
They
Avoid the lawsuits?
They went somewhere. Okay. But there was this one booth, and they were showing this light off, and they had, it's all programmed with music and everything. And basically, it was like a bright strobe. They had, 50 of them in this booth. They were all going off. Now, it was so bright that the company was actually giving out sunglasses. It was crazy bright.
Future so bright.
Something was really bright. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun. I met Tim the Tech down there and going around checking out different booths, asking different questions about certain things. He's looking for a new hazer, which is like a fog machine, but it's really light. It produces a haze, not a fog.
I thought that was a person you used to wrap somebody up in duct tape.
Oh, no. This is not a fraternity thing. But so it was pretty tight. Real quick, I mentioned last week about that one company called Black Tracks, which is what they use at Disney at the parks. And I got to see it firsthand. And it was really cool. I'm going to post a video of what I shot there. And basically they had this performer there, and she had two sensors on her wrist. They basically look like a watch, look like a iWatch. And the sensors basically just followed her movement. So she was standing on like a LED screen, a screen on the bottom, a screen behind her. And every time she moved, the motion, like it kind of like dragged with her on the screen. So you can see her waving and things like that, which was really, really tight. One of the things she did was grab this, I just think of the people on the corners standing with the signs advertising new houses or businesses, stuff like that. So she grabbed this little sign thing, which was white, and she was moving it around, and the projection shot right at that little screen. And every time she moved, it moved with her. So I was like, wow, it's just crazy how that worked. And then like at Disney over at for the Frozen Live and Fantasmic, they used it for those shows for lighting. and they had the lights on her, and when she moved, the lights moved with her. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's cool to see firsthand, to see how all that works. And I never, seen the video production of that side, so I don't know if maybe that's something that we'll see in the future at Disney, using the motion sensing, following the performers with the video and things like that. It's pretty tight. So that was cool to see that. And so yeah, like I said, I met Tim the Tech there. We were going around different booths, and then he told me that he saw one of the guys that programmed Fantasmic. He was there, and then the guy who basically programmed World of Color was there too. I didn't get to talk to either of them. One of them just walked by real quick because Tim was about to tell me, and then he just passed by. So I didn't get to meet him, but I guess from what Tim said, he basically figured out how to program the water fountains with the, what is called DMX controllers. DMX is used to control lights and stuff like that. He figured out, or I don't know, a way to use the DMX on with...
Up in here?
No, not that DMX. But...
Hey, we have such a short show today. I got to get all the one-liners I can.
So basically, he'd figure out how to use DMX to control the water fountains and everything. That's what Tim told me. So I'm just going by that. But yeah, those people were there. I know there's some other Disney people were there. I heard some guy saying that, this guy from Disney was there and all this other stuff. So anyway, it was pretty cool. It was a 3-day event. Lots of walking. I did a lot of walking. And guess what I used for the first time?
Cane?
Oh, that's a good idea. But no, I used Lyft.
Whoa.
Yes. I used Lyft for the first time.
Now, is there any reason you used Lyft over Uber?
Yeah, because all the negativity is coming out of Uber. I'm like, I don't want to support them right now. So Lyft has a better looking light thing in that they have in the front of the window.
It's true.
So I went with Lyft. You know what? I'm just kidding. It wasn't because of that. It was basically, I was on Facebook, and there was an advertising for Lyft, and it said, get $50 in rides for free. I was like, oh. So I looked into it, and basically they were giving you $5 off each ride. So I get 10 rides for $5 off, whatever, each ride. And I said, I'm going to use this. So I was staying over at Circus, and it only cost me $3 to go from Circus over to the convention center.
That's legit. I mean, because Lyft is the one that actually, I don't know if you've seen about how the Republicans in Kansas closed all the polling locations in Dodge City, and how the Mexicans would have to take a bus and then walk like miles to get to the nearest polling location.
Right.
But Lyft has agreed to give all of the Mexicans in Dodge City, or anybody else who wants to go, I just say them because they're primary, but they're giving all of them rides to the polling location for free.
That's cool.
So that's legit on Lyft. So way to support the more legit of the two.
There you go.
Clearly.
See, I knew I was doing something right. It wasn't all about saving money. But yeah, it was pretty. I used it for the first time. I'm not one to be using things like that in those type of services, but it worked out for me. It was great.
I don't trust nobody.
I know that too. And I've never done it before. I don't know if you know how it works, Anthony.
No.
Besides them picking you up. I think it's pretty...
I mean, I know there's an app and all that stuff, and facial recognition and
basically. So I mean, it's pretty cool because I signed up for it. You put your email in, you put your phone number in, your information. You create a profile. You put your picture in. So I took a picture, and then I request a Lyft, and it tells you that this person, my very first driver, his name was Harley, pretty cool guy, and he was actually from Rialto.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Small world.
Yeah, so yeah, that was crazy. The guy was from where I live. His name was Harley. It gave a picture of what he looked like, and said he was driving a certain color car, what kind of car it was, and the license plate number. So this is all new to me.
Soccer.
In case, I'm pretty sure other people use these type of services, but I was really impressed by that. And if it's only going to cost me $3 to go down there, then I don't have to pay for parking. So that was awesome. So yeah, I took advantage of the Lyft, and I went there and back, and then I actually took it over to Paris, the hotel, to go chill over there and check out a band. And and then used it on the way back and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I had a great time in Vegas, but I did do a lot of walking. You know, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that's not true because my feet still hurt.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes in Vegas.
All right, so moving on, we got some notifications saying that the World of Disney was opening. Well, basically, they're going to be doing the big old grand opening presentation thing on October 26th. And actually, the whole store opened up on, was it Friday? Something like that.
Did we already know that they were supposed to be opening on the 26th, or?
No, we had no date on when they were actually going to open up.
Well, that's what this post is actually mainly about. It was another one of those ones where the main story was actually buried in another story.
Right.
Even though this one was actually in the headline. But yeah, they just talk about some new merchandise that is Mickey Mouse Club themed. And then they also go on to talk about some new Halloween merchandise some new Christmas merchandise that will be coming specifically, I guess, to the World of Disney stores in California and Florida. It says the World Disney stores will be the first shops this year to offer the Disney Parks Holiday Collection.
Oh.
I guess this is the annual collection that they have. But they'll have it at World of Disney first, I guess.
Okay.
Before it probably goes to like wherever else it usually goes.
Company D.
Well, I was thinking like the Shop Disney app, or maybe DisneyStore.com, or but they got the usual nutcrackers, headwear, ugly sweaters, dining wear, with plates and full service for your holiday meals and everything.
Now, real quick, if you guys follow social medias, I posted all the pictures of the Christmas merchandise that they already have up, and they have this new item, and I just I get pictures sent to me saying, hey, this is up here and this is that, so I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and post it, and I posted the pictures, but then there's they have a Stitch, Christmas Stitch plush doll thing. It's called Holiday Mischief with Stitch. It says possible, naughty or nice, Stitch plush and storybook. So it comes with a storybook. It says right here, a new family holiday tradition. So basically what it looks like is their version of Elf on the Shelf.
Oh.
That's what it looks like.
I guess.
Yeah, so I like I said, I just saw the picture, I posted it, and then everyone's saying it's kind of like an Elf in the Shelf type of thing. It comes with a storybook, and I'm not sure how much that costs, but that's one of the items there at the World of Disney.
So according to some of the comments I'm seeing here, this is saying that the World of Disney store actually opened in full on Friday.
Yeah, that's
the 19th.
That's why I thought it was Friday it opened up.
Because there was a comment here saying that they went there on last Thursday on the 18th, and there was a cast member outside saying that the full store would be open on the 19th at 11:30 a.m.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another person who commented that they were very disappointed to find out the dates on this story were wrong. This was posted on This was commented on the 22nd. So is that today? Yeah, today. So Monday. And they said the World Disney Store at Downtown Disney is already completed and open, and the Mickey Mouse Club merchandise is already being sold, and most of the popular sizes are already sold out.
Well,
before their store is even officially open.
That's the thing. That's why I said on the 26th is going to be the official grand reopening with the ceremony and everything. Hey, we said before that Disney just wants to sell their stuff, so as soon as they can get that open, they're going to open it and start selling the stuff that they, already have and want to put out for Christmas and all that kind of stuff. And, having part of the store closed is basically makes them lose money. And as soon as you can get something open, that's what you want to do. So I don't care about these people complaining because we already know, hey, it's going to open as soon as they can. And if they're going to do their official opening on the 26th, that's fine because a lot of people do that. A lot of businesses do that. Nothing Disney, but a lot of places have their, soft openings. But we're going to have our grand opening this weekend. But
unfortunately, there's a lot of people that take Disney Parks blog posts as gospel.
Oh, right.
And that whatever the date on here, they take it to be true. why wouldn't they? I mean, if they're just casual fans or just people that like doing shopping and don't really pay attention to a lot of things that go on, I mean, I can understand how somebody would get upset if this post was from last Thursday, from the 18th, where this post says that it's not going to be open until the 26th, but yet the store actually opened the day after this post was made. I could see how somebody who was waiting until the 26th to find out today, Monday, that the store has already been open for 3 days. I can see how that would be upsetting. I mean, we do talk a lot of crap on this podcast about people who and they're complaining, but this is actually one of those cases where, I mean, I don't know this person, Jimmy, but I mean, if there's somebody that just goes by what the Parks blog says, then I mean, you can't really fault them for being upset that it says it's going to be open on the 26th and then they open on the 19th. It is kind of dirty.
I don't know. Stuff is going to be there, and I mean, they're just
especially something like that. It's one thing for them to say a ride is going to open one day and then it opens a completely different day, but if they say that they're grand opening of blah blah blah, you know, you're going to be like, okay, well, I don't need to go to the park until the 26th. Then all of a sudden you see people posting, oh, it's been open. All this shit is sold out. Sorry, Charlie.
Well, Charlie can come back later when they get the sizes back.
Yeah, they said that they asked a cast member when they would be restocking, and of course, cast member didn't know. We don't need to repeat one of Tim's favorite sayings.
All right.
Because if he was here, he would be saying it.
But he's not.
Right.
All right. So, yeah. So, you know what? Hey, guess what? The World Disney Store is open.
Yeah, World Disney Store is open. It'll have been open by the time you hear this podcast. It'll have been open almost a whole week.
Yep.
And by the time you hear this podcast, you can go for the grand reopening, official grand reopening on this Friday. So, you know, it's up to you whether you care about Mickey Mouse Club merchandise and Christmas shit. Otherwise, you can just go look at it. From what I hear, it's pretty underwhelming, the new design of the Disney Store, of the World of Disney Store is pretty underwhelming. I don't know what you think. Just everybody I've seen that's been over there, they like the old one better.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen pictures, but I have to go in person and check it out.
As far as I'm concerned, the only thing that would make it better is if they had been able to knock out some of those center walls and make it more open. Because that was my only ever complaint, was just it seemed too crowded.
Yeah,
like there was either too many merchandise stands in the middle, or there was too many upper pillar like walls and stuff.
Right.
So I mean, if they made it more open and not feel so constrained in there, then that would be my only thing that I would be happy about. But I mean, from what I hear, the architecture in there is kind of eh.
Well, one thing that's really cool in there is the lighting. They have some lights on the ground that has the images. Right here it has a Mickey Mouse Club logo, which is pretty cool because it has a 3-color logo. So that's pretty tight. I got
Let's see how long those last.
Well, it's projection up there, so no one's going to touch them or anything. And then they have one with Mickey, and I don't know what it is really. Kind of looks like a snowflake, but a compass type of thing. But it's rotating, and it looks pretty cool with the little things rotating around the Mickey logo. Kind of looks like the Fun Wheel, but it's really not the Fun Wheel.
It looks like if the Fun Wheel was a compass.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the lighting that is in there. It looks really cool. Those were the two that I was sent. Maybe there's more. So yeah, I have to go in there myself to check it out and see what I think. But I mean, we've seen pictures of one half that was already done. And, you know, in the Disney Parks blog, when they said they were going to reimagine this, they basically said what they were going to do, what kind of style they were going with, and they gave a little rendering. So you were expecting, you know...
You're a rendering.
I try not to be. But you were expecting, you know, it's going to be different from what it was before. To me, I don't care about the change that went in there. I'm only going to go in there to buy something I really want. Other than that, I'm not even going to step foot in there. A lot of times when I do go in there, it's just to say, oh, what do they have new? So I really don't care, you know, about the design or anything. It's not anything I'm going to lose sleep over or petition about.
Petition this.
Exactly. All right, so, hey, we have a sneak peek coming up, and we were talking about this last week, which is really funny.
Yes, we were debating on which now that we know that both previews that are in the Sunset Showcase and the ones at Tomorrowland Theater will both be closing on November 2nd, right?
4th.
No, 4th.
Yes.
So Sunday, November 4th.
Yes.
They will be the last day of both of those that we were debating on when the new one would be going in there. And I had mentioned as early as the 9th with the preview on the 8th that Ralph could be going in there with Mary Poppins possibly later in the month or whatever. Well, I never like to say that I'm right. Oh, wait.
Liar.
I do.
Well, I was right, too, because I said Wreck-It Ralph was going to go into Tomorrowland.
Yes, you got that part right. And I got the date right?
I don't
Get the
remember.
date.
I just edit the thing.
Well, no, I did. I said the 9th because I said by the following
Right.
Thursday or Friday, technically. And yes, I was right. It will be November 9th. And they actually, for once, they're giving a beginning and ending date for it because it will be beginning November 9th and ending December 9th. So it's going to be having exactly a 1-month run. The preview of Ralph Breaks the Internet will be shown at the Tomorrowland Theater in 3D, and it will go from November 9th to December 9th.
Coolness.
Now, I don't know what that means, why it's only running for exactly that 1 month. It's too soon for that Mary Poppins to replace that. Mary Poppins has to be going into the Sunset Showcase Theater by mid to end of November because Mary Poppins, I think, opens on December 16th or something like that. So it's curious of why they only have the Ralph one going for 1 month, unless they already have something in mind for the month of December in December for the other, because we wouldn't be seeing any previews or anything for anything else at least until next year.
Right.
So I don't know why they're limiting, because usually these things run for about a month and a half, don't they?
It depends. I mean,
although I think we're only going to end up with exactly a month on the Nutcracker preview. And, of course, that one is ending on the exact same weekend that the Nutcracker opens.
yeah.
So
That's
at least with this one, you're going to get at least a couple extra weeks out of Ralph. And, of course, you just look for your between now and the 8th. You will probably get your notice that the that the AP preview will be on the November 8th in the evening.
Now we're expecting that, but there was that one time that there wasn't an AP preview.
Was there one?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So was
that at the Tomorrowland Theater?
Yes.
Okay, so it's possible. Have we had a AP preview for any of the ones at Tomorrowland Theater?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So because of the fact that it's at Disneyland, we can't guarantee that there's going to be an AP preview on the Thursday. Just stay tuned. If we don't have the information by the week of, then it would probably happen. We would probably find out like the day after we record or something that week. So
we'll see.
We'll just have to wait and see. But for sure, on November 9th, which is the same day that Christmas starts in the parks, you will be able to see Ralph Breaks the Internet preview over there at the Tomorrowland Theater. Yeah, I have been seeing a lot of Ralph merchandise in stores at Target and stuff. Target has an exclusive pack that has a bunch of little, about 2-inch figurines of characters, and the exclusive in the Target pack is it comes with 3 of the princesses.
Oh.
And it's Mulan, Merida, and I forget what the third one is. But yeah, then they have a lot of other. They have a very large, like 12-inch Ralph that makes noise and stuff. And, they have also a very large Vanellope. So they have a lot of really cool merchandise. But speaking of Ralph merchandise, some pins have come out for Wreck-It Ralph, of course, because as is usual, to have merchandise and pins is always included in the Disneyland merchandise. But right now, as far as we know, still available in the parks and released, I think on the 18th was some Ralph Breaks the Internet pins, and included in the pins is a pin that, if still available in the parks, you may want to run down there and get it because once people, I don't know how this got past them, but there is a pin with Vanellope on it, and it says "Life's a Glitch."
Oh, interesting.
It's very, very
risque.
Well, I mean, some people would say it is. I think it's totally like whatever, but
Right.
the type of people that go to certain types of people that go to Disneyland, the what, or the what is that all about?
Walt's turning around in his grave.
Walt's turning in his grave, pinned inside Disneyland that says glitch. It's implying bitch. Yes, we all know what Life's a Glitch is a reference to, but I mean, you obviously have the problematic people that think, oh, what if our child wants the pin and asks what it means?
Yeah.
You explain it to them.
Basically, that's what you do.
You just say, oh, it's an expression that has to do with female dogs.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say the word that's referenced. You just say it's a joke. You don't even have to explain anything. Just say it's a joke.
But if the kid's seen the first movie, then they know that.
Does she say that?
She is a glitch.
Okay.
So they'll understand. It's from them. It's. Oh, see, I forgot that you didn't see the movies.
Oh, I know that she's a glitch, but unless she says that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's how.
Does she say that? Life's a glitch?
No, I don't think she says that. But she is a glitch.
Okay.
So it's basically.
Well, I know, but unless it's said in the movie, then there's no real. Basically, it's making a pin and saying that for the sake of saying it, unless she actually says it in the new movie, maybe.
Maybe.
So she might say it in the new movie. I don't know. That just if she actually says that in the movie, then it's yet another thing. It's like, oh, how'd they get that passed? Yeah, it's just whatever. If your kid goes around and starts saying life's a glitch everywhere, at least they're not saying life's a bitch. So
basically.
But just in case, just letting you guys know, if you guys are interested in pins that might be controversial, go down there and get 5 or 10 of those, and then if they end up being pulled, then you will have something that is rare. And if they don't end up getting pulled, you just have a bunch of pins that say life's a glitch.
There you go. And real quick, last week, I think it was when we recorded, YouTube went down.
Yes.
And did you see a little meme was made with Ralph?
No, I don't
know if
think
it was a
so.
meme or something. I don't know. I just saw a quick thing. It was like a YouTube page and Ralph right there because he broke the internet. So they basically just, saying, hey, Ralph broke YouTube. I thought that was funny because I saw that, after all the YouTube thing was, oh my God, YouTube is broken. Yeah, Ralph broke YouTube last week.
Well, that's what he's there for. All right, so we got I don't really know what the point of this is. It just seems like just an extended clip for no reason. But it comes with the headline, watch a new special look at the music and magic of Mary Poppins Returns. Basically, it's just a long, extended clip trailer that highlights music and singing. So
and some of the cartoon effects.
Right, which you won't be able to see on the podcast.
But I saw it, so it's okay.
Yeah. But I looking at it without sound, I see a lot of it is just stuff from the trailer.
Yeah.
The last trailer, like the shot of Dick Van Dyke and some of the other dancing and stuff. But let's check it out.
Mary.
Poppins, you came back.
I've come to look after the bank's children.
Us?
Oh, yes, you too.
But we don't need a nanny. We have grown up a good deal in the past year.
Well, we'll have to see what can be done about that. No, not yet. Some people like to splash and play. Can you imagine that?
How did she do that?
One thing you should know about Mary Poppins. She never explains anything.
Perhaps we've learned when day is done, some stuff and nonsense could be fun.
Everything is possible.
Even the impossible.
Are you sure this is quite safe?
Not in the slightest. Ready.
Disney's Mary Poppins Returns. Rated PG.
It was December 19th, not 16th.
Oh, okay. December 19th is when Mary Poppins will return. There you go.
Yes.
Cool. Down for that. I like the animation. Looks really cool.
Yes.
If you guys haven't seen that, just head over to the Facebook page and go to like D23 or Disney Family and check that out. You can see that trailer. You will really enjoy it. I would definitely recommend checking out the trailer.
I'd be very interested to find out whether the animation is actually hand-drawn animation
Or
to keep in the spirit of the original film, or whether they're using, computer,
right?
Not computer generated, but actual like doing the animation in the computer,
Right.
or whether they actually went old school and did hand-drawn for it. I'd actually like to find that out at some point, because it does have kind of the same look as the original.
It does.
But then again, sometimes you don't know. I mean, because you have some of the newer movies that aren't CG or computer generated, but they're still done in the computer, like Zootopia and stuff like that, where it looks too smooth to be hand drawn.
Yeah.
But this doesn't have that super like perfect look to it, so we'll have to wait and see, find out more on the making of.
All right. So since I was in Vegas for the weekend, I didn't get a chance to head to the parks. I don't think Anthony had a chance to head to the parks.
No.
So none of us went to the parks. So I don't know what's going on over there. I feel like I'm lost in a shuffle or something, because I haven't been to the parks in a while.
Better than being lost in space.
That's true. I might be scared if I was lost in space. But anyway, just want to go over really quick some refurbs that are going on. Started today, Monday. Small World and the Small World Toy Shop are closed for refurb, and they will open on November 9th. We're in the Christmas season kicks off in the resort, so that's really cool. I can't wait for Christmas because Halloween's already over, right? So
for you it is.
I know it is over for me. And also, we've talked about Matterhorn. We'll be reopening on November 16th, so quite a ways away for that one, but almost here. Also, got some refurbs that are coming up. While Space Mountain will be closed on November 1st to get rid of the ghost, be open on the 2nd. Mark Twain will be down November 12th through the 16th. And Indiana Jones will be down from November 27th through the 29th. Nothing going on in DCA. Of course, we know that Whitewater Snacks is refurb right now. And Tango Terrace over at the Disneyland Hotel, they're going through their refurb right now. And Wetzel's Pretzels are going to be opening soon. I don't know about a date for that in Downtown Disney. Yeah, a lot of things coming up. And you know what I saw today, Anthony? I saw that they were doing, they're going to be doing auditions for Fantasmic.
Whoa.
Yeah, auditions for Fantasmic. If you guys want to be in Fantasmic, you can go and audition for that. All right, so the auditions for performers for Fantasmic, they're looking for people 4'8.5" to 5'3", and the audition is on Sunday, October 28th at 9 a.m. Now, if you are interested in this, I suggest you head over to jobs.disneycareers.com. And you can check that out there. And they also have, they're also looking for performers that are 5'3" to 5'7". So that's your goofy range over there. So, yeah, that audition for that height is October 28th at 1 p.m. So that's just a few stuff that are going on for Fantasmic auditions. Like I said, head over to jobs.disneycareers.com and you can see all the jobs that they have available that they're looking for if you want to be a performer. It does not only include here in California, it includes all the Disney parks. They even have one here for Florida, and they have one for Hong Kong. So, yeah. So if you can check those out, if you guys are interested in performing in Fantasmic. After I graduated from high school is when Fantasmic came out, and one of my friends was actually a performer on Speaking of Fantasmic, yeah, one of my friends was a performer on Fantasmic. He was one of the monkeys, also a pirate on the ship, and he was Aladdin at the end on Mark Twain. So, it's pretty cool. All right, so real quick, don't forget that November 4th is the last day for those sneak peeks that are going on that we talked about, but also for the Pixar Play Parade over at Disneyland. That's the last day for that parade. And Paint the Night will be over on November 7th. So that will be the last day you can catch Paint the Night over there. And we can get ready for Festival of Fatness for the holiday season coming up, like I said, on November 9th. Oh, yes, all the yummy treats. I wonder if they're going to have any good lemonades. I'm just hoping they have some nice lemonades.
Lemonade!
And, of course, maybe get some good dessert snacks. I can't wait to see what they have. Hopefully we'll get some menus pretty soon of what they're going to be having for the Festival of Holidays over at DCA. So, yeah, don't forget, those are the two last nights. Those are the two last performances for Pixar Play is November 3rd, November 4th, and Paint the Night is November 7th. So, yeah, go check those out before they say bye.
Bye. All right, so we don't usually talk about Walt Disney World stuff here, but we just wanted to, we may or may not have mentioned something about a new ticketing system that was going to be coming.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll talk about it. Me and Anthony will talk about it, but then I'm like, did we talk about it on the podcast? I went through my notes and I don't have anything written down that we were going to talk about it. So if we talked about it, then you guys already know. But if we didn't, then hey, it's the news to you.
And if we did talk about it, we didn't really go into details, but just so you guys know for future reference for anybody who might be planning a trip to Florida, that they have a new ticketing system with the rollout of their new online planning tool, but also annual passes and parking has all gone up at Walt Disney World. So just to run through that real quick, the highest increase was only $45, so it wasn't really like the last increase that we had here. But the Platinum Pass increased from $949 to $994. The Platinum, according to this, did not go up. It stayed at $849. The Gold went from $589 to $609. And the Silver went from $439 to $479. So if you are listening in Florida, which is very unlikely, because if we had people listening in Florida, we probably would have heard from you by now. But if we do have anybody listening in Florida and you want more Walt Disney World content, you have to email us,
yes.
mousepire@gmail.com.
Otherwise, you guys don't exist.
Right, exactly. But we do talk about you just in case we don't want to offend. But so, yeah, those are the passes. The parking has gone up from standard parking from $22 to $25, which now catches up with what we're already been paying here. Oversized rate increased from 27 to 30, and preferred increased from 45 to 50. And of course, everybody that was getting free parking before will continue to get free parking, including guest hotel guests, select annual pass holders, premium pass holders, premier passport holders, and whoever else.
Yeah, they're lucky that the hotel guests get free parking because we don't get that here.
Nope.
You got to pay your $50 a day for parking. Okay, it's not $50 a day, but it might as well be.
Now, these increases come in the wake of, as we were talking about, a new online ticket planning system. It offers you in-depth looks at park offerings, tips from Disney Parks mom panelists, and entertainment suggestions based on individual guests' personal preferences, in addition to a whole new way to purchase park tickets. The tool now offers an interactive online calendar, compares different ticket prices based on the dates guests choose to visit the parks. There's a short little video that I'll just go ahead and play for you guys. Just like I said, not only is this for people in Florida, but that might be planning trips to Florida.
Right.
This is all very important things that you should know, just so you know how the new ticketing system works. Okay, never mind. There's absolutely no talking in this video. It's just visuals, so never mind about the video.
Never mind, but you still heard it anyway.
Yeah, you heard that elevator music.
Yeah, I thought I was on the People Mover new version.
So I'm going to skip down. I'm just going to tell you guys with the premiere of the new system, Disney says select tickets have decreased, increased, or stayed the same depending on the start date and length of the ticket. In the example of a 3-day ticket with a start date of February 10th, 2019, guests will now be paying $4 less per day than with the prior system. An example showing the opposite effect, where guests will pay more money, would be when purchasing a 6-day ticket starting on Thanksgiving, which will now cost $5 more per day. Now, this all sounds very confusing. I'm hoping that Diggs will go through and find where this is all listed out, maybe, and then he could post it on the Facebook page so you guys can check it out there. Because otherwise, like I said, this is all rather confusing. Like I said, it uses the examples. A 6-day ticket starting November 22nd of this year would cost $5 more per day. A 1-day ticket on Christmas Day would cost the same. A 3-day ticket starting February 10th next year would cost $4 less. A 6-day ticket starting July 4th of next year would cost $3 more. And a 2-day ticket starting August 26th of next year would cost $4 less per day. Now, when I say less per day, that's less than previously going to on the same time. In other words, basically, to break it down, off seasons will cost less. So, like February, through probably Memorial Day, and then end of summer through probably Christmas or something, I don't know, would be less. But then summer and Christmas time would be more than what you were paying before. So, like I said, it's all very confusing. If you guys really want to know about it, you guys could look it up, or hopefully we'll try and find something and get it posted. If not, like I said, you guys should definitely check it out if you are planning a trip to Walt Disney World. In other news, just to help, because we have kind of a short podcast today, so we're just kind of fill up some other news from Walt Disney World. And because, our newest hotel here got canceled, Walt Disney World just announced 2 more. So they announced a 15-story new hotel that's going to be going at the Coronado Springs Resort. And then they also announced a new deluxe nature-inspired resort that will be coming in 2022. And that will be coming to the Bay Lake shoreline. And it'll be located between Disney's Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. It will be themed to complement its natural surroundings and include more than 900 hotel rooms and proposed Disney Vacation Club villas spread across a variety of unique accommodation types.
Interesting.
So I don't know if this, as far as Vacation Club, is being added so they have another Vacation Club since they're not getting the extra one here, or if this was always in the plannings to be a Vacation Club or whatever. It says this resort experience will be a celebration of Walt Disney's lifelong love and respect for nature, with some fun and even surprising accommodation types that families will find irresistible. It will give our members and guests yet another opportunity to stay in close proximity to all of the newest attractions, experiences in our theme parks, and with flexibility, value, and world-class service families expect from Disney. They do have a concept art, and it looks very, very green and pretty. As I said, this says 2019, so this must be already being built or whatever, but in Disney's Coronado Springs is being reimagined for 2019 with a new 15-story tower overlooking Lago Dorado.
You're a Dorado.
It will have 500. It will have 545 new guest rooms and suites, including a 2-level entrance lobby, concierge lounge, meeting spaces, and other stuff. On the rooftop, you can dine in a specially table service restaurant with panoramic views. Yeah, see, they're taking all the ideas from the hotel from here and they're putting them other places.
Exactly.
So that's what happens. Because you were supposed to get that almost rooftop dining experience. Do you see the fireworks at the new hotel? It says they already have 1,800 existing guest rooms, so I'm guessing this is just a new tower that's being added on to the existing resort area. And of course, these go along with the previously announced Riviera Resort near Epcot that will open also next year, and also the immersive Star Wars inspired resort, which will be coming adjacent to Galaxy's Edge. Of course, I don't think we don't have a date on that one yet. All right, we got one more for those Disney Disney related or Disney parks related Funko Pop collectors. In case you haven't stood in enough lines for Splash Mountain related ones and Haunted Mansion related ones and all the other ones that they've had, now you'll be able to get one for the Pirate Red. Once again, that's REDD.
Yes.
She will be debuting her pop all the Disney parks on, well, not all the Disney parks, but I mean, here and in Florida on the October 27th. So if you guys want that, you guys know what to do. You guys need to go early and
go early, stand in line, and get your red pop. It's not actual a red pop either. I was thinking, ooh, popsicle.
Hey.
B. Oh.
Wait, are we done already?
No. Well,
I mean, besides, what? Mail?
Yes. We have a part 2 from Mr. Knight's food review. This is his continuation from the last email that he sent in last week. So here's part 2. And remember, he took his birthday off, and he went to go eat at Blue Bayou. And he had all those delicious food and everything. And, of course, he had a mint julep and all that kind of stuff. So we're continuing with that. He says, so this is just wrapping up the last email with the last of the goodies. And so as I mentioned before, this was a couple of Disneyland trips and got to eat at the Blue Bayou twice. So I had the ribeye. It was good during the Halloween party that I decided to have it again. However, if you notice the picture, it's carrots instead of broccoli. Either way, this is still delicious. And if I had to complain, I'd be like Disney cut off the top of the carrot. Come on, guys, don't be lazy. So, yeah, I guess he went back for seconds on that entree. So, as I have talked in a previous episode how I loved the gumbo from the Jazz Kitchen, I always have to have the Nolan's gumbo when I dine at Blue Bayou. To me, it's such a delicious starter that I just wish that Disney would just make it or offer it as a entree side instead of only as a starter. So would I have this again? It's a must. I will have it again. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Oh, yes. So he says, so here's a picture of the keepsake that I was able to take home from my dessert from the dining package at Blue Bayou. Sent a picture of that. It's something that you can use when you go glowing with Michael. He said this is the other keepsake, which is that lighted lanyard. It's really cool. It's a little lanyard with the pumpkin Mickey face on it. And the part that goes around your neck glows also. This was also the bag of candy that they gave you on that dining package. Of course, this bag is less than halfway because they give some good candy.
Whoa.
So they gave you a bag of candy for that dining package. Pretty cool. So I also mentioned that I love the mint julep from Blue Bayou. Now for me, this just tastes completely different from the one that you get at the mint julep bar. On the plus side, it's unlimited refills. That is a good plus.
At Blue Bayou?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that.
I don't think I did either. And after paying that much money, then that's a really good deal. The last 2 items on the list are both from Zocalo. It would have been 3, but Rancho, you failed me. So we wanted to try the frozen abuelita chocolate and horchata, but the stupid cast member were claiming that it was going to take 20 minutes to have the horchata ready since they had ran out. Remember about cast members.
Dirty.
So Rancho, you get the letdown and the dirty award on this one. So now that I got this small rant out of the way, we tried the orange sugar skull pot de creme. Now, when I glanced at it, I was expecting this to be super sweet and overpowering and was like going to need to have a gallon of water or milk just to finish this. Yeah, I was dead wrong. This is really good. It had hints of abuelita chocolate blended into like a mousse and then like a chocolate pudding and then some chocolate cake hidden deep in there. Ooh, deep in there, Anthony.
Whoa.
It was so good that me and my girlfriend were just like waiting to get a spoonful of it, borderline fighting for it. Now, I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I understand this is your first time trying this and you had like thinking I was going to be too sweet, so it's a good thing to share. But then you're like, wait a minute. I don't want to share this anymore. Get your own.
Right.
I don't like sharing my desserts. Probably would have been like, oh, I think you're done. The rest is mine. So would I have this again? I would definitely have it again. It was that good. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Yes. And if you can bypass the line since it's literally towards the rear of the entrance, closer to the register, or just walk in on the register side, grab it and pay for it. Finally, we are down to the last item on this literal food journey. We had to finish with the traditional flan. So I've had my fair share of flan. Some are super sweet where it's like 2 bites, okay, I'm done. To some that were sweet enough that you will kill the entire piece you got served and still go back for more a couple of times. This one was so light and creamy that was completely unexpected, especially after having that pâte de crème. I was expecting the sweetness of caramel and was just like, where is it? And just made me keep eating more and more of it. It was good and almost to an addicting point where I was like, I need more of it. So would I have it again? I probably would have it again and see if there are different tastes depending on how it's made that day. Would I recommend it to the listeners? Yes, and let me know if you experience the same thing I did, where I felt like I needed to eat more of it to get my traditional flan flavor. Do you like flan?
Depends. If it's real runny or kind of slimy, I won't eat it. But if it's nice and firm, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I'll eat is when it's nice and firm.
This one looks pretty firm.
Doesn't look like any flan that I've ever had. The colors look weird, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. With that note, man, I can truly reflect back and see that I spent a really great birthday with friends and loved ones. Enjoy some really, really good Disney food. Thanks, MousePIRE crew, for the birthday shout out, and Michael, the OG mail guy, for that birthday shout out at the parks when we bumped into each other at DCA in the smoking section. Got to enjoy my birthday cigar with friends and a cold beer. So until next time, always remember that when it's your birthday, you indulge in nothing but succulent dishes and visit the parks and end up in a food coma for sure this time. I'm Mr. Knight, and this has been another Food Time with Mr. Knight. Adios, caballeros. Well, next time, Mr. Knight, you need to invite the MousePIRE crew, and we can help indulge in some food with you, and we can experience some food coma with you all as well. What do you think, Anthony?
I'm in.
I'm in too. I thank you for your part 2 email there, Mr. Knight. Appreciate that. All right, so our next email is from, it's a surprise. I told Anthony I wasn't going to tell him who this email was from, but it's someone who hasn't written in a while, and it's not Jake from State Farm.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I had.
That's all you had?
I don't know who we haven't heard from in a while.
They have a nickname.
Oh, well, okay.
It's from Fancy Nancy.
Wait, I just thought we heard from her a couple weeks ago.
I don't remember.
Okay.
All right, so it's from Fancy Nancy, and she's going to be talking about episode 135 and 133. So we'll start with 135. Just wanted to drop a note and say hello, and I'm really digging your new Quad Squad, a.k.a. Anthony, Diggs, Dan, and Tim. Anthony mentioned no one made a guess, but what was the question? Can you even remember?
What?
Exactly. That answers that question.
You're going to have to be more specific. Nobody made it. Oh, she's talking about the MousePIRE No More?
Oh, yes. Yes, it has to be
If she's
that.
referring to MousePIRE No More, that was a reference to the old late 70s or late 70s, I believe, Spider-Man story where Spider-Man quit, and the name of the story was Spider-Man No More. They also made reference to that in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 when he quits being Spider-Man and he throws the suit away, and then they have that whole montage. I think it's to Walking on Sunshine or
maybe
something. I don't know.
Episode.
Why is she always going to be referring to old shit?
Because that's how far behind she is.
Oh, I thought she had caught up.
Okay, episode 133 is MousePIRE No More.
Oh, okay, then yes.
But she was talking about 135. But then again, on 135, you said no one guessed.
Right.
All right, so episode 133. Did Anthony really break up with Star Wars? Since it's been forever since I've emailed or heard the podcast, what are the important things I've missed in the past couple of months?
We're still called MousePIRE.
Hope all is well. Nancy, not so fancy, she says. So now my question is if she's on 133 and was wondering what's going on, has she been listening since 133 and 135? That's the question, Nancy. Are you caught up?
I mean,
now?
if she was caught up, in theory, she would have already known the answer to the question.
Yes, she would.
Because obviously we're still here, and we're obviously still MousePIRE.
So I don't know. Maybe she hasn't got to the episode where I don't have a tube anymore.
Oh, right.
But that's 138.
You still have a tube. We're going to take it back. Spoilers, Nancy. We actually already renamed the podcast. We're not called MousePIRE anymore. We're called Gunpire.
All right, so
all we talk about is James Gunn.
Yes.
And what happens with him. And as soon as he takes over for DC, this is going to become a DC podcast.
Yeah, that was episode 137. Annie, get your gun. Followed by 139, Have Gun Will Travel. Followed by 140, Top Gun. And then episode 146, Taylor's Got a Gun.
Right.
So yeah, those are gun podcasts. So I don't know. Good question, Nancy. I don't know if you're all caught up now.
Oh, I got it. It's the Guncast.
Guncast.
And then all the NRA people will come listen to us for at least 1 or 2 episodes until they realize it's not actually about guns.
I don't know. There's a lot of things you've missed in the couple of months. You just really have to
go back and listen.
Yeah.
A hotel was announced and then was canceled.
There you go.
Businesses closed and one reopened.
Yes. One wants to come back. And
Pirates closed and then reopened. Although it was probably closed when she was last listened.
Pirates still doesn't have Fast Pass.
Right. Matterhorn will soon have Fast Pass.
Yes. Well, they already did. They're redoing the queue for Fast Pass.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yes.
So, yeah, a lot of things. Just go back and listen. All right. Thank you for your email, Fancy Nancy. Nice to hear from you again. All right. Next email is from Wreck-It Rachel. Her subject line is still not a lot to report.
About
anything. Hey, guys. As you can see by my subject, I still don't have a lot going on Disney related. My mom has surgery this week, so I've been taking care of her because my dad is a terrible nursemaid. We love him, but he's bad at that. Right now, we are watching the Hocus Pocus 25th Anniversary Halloween Bash on Freeform, my favorite Halloween movie. If they ever decide to bring that Hocus Pocus show from Walt Disney World to Disneyland, I will gladly pay to go to the Halloween party again. I think the idea for a skyway walkway from the parking lot to somewhere in downtown Disney is a really great idea. I'd never take the tram again. Right now, with all the lines for bag check are terrible, and it's way faster to walk. True. Or maybe it just seems that way. You know, I think when you're walking and you have something to look at, it's not as a far walk as you think. Being on a road and you trying to get somewhere and you have nothing to look at. So,
or like having to park all the way down at the one end of City Walk and then having to walk all the way down to the other end to go to get into Universal Studios. You have all of City Walk to look at,
right,
or something like that.
Right.
In this case, that's why I was making the comment last week about if they were to extend Downtown Disney over and extend it into the current Downtown Disney parking. If they were to extend all of Downtown Disney all the way down to where that bridge is going to come across, then you would be almost like you're coming straight. It would be like Florida or City Walk, where you come out of the parking structure and you're right into Downtown Disney, rather than feeling like you have to, instead of, because if they did that, they could just eliminate the tram.
Right.
You wouldn't have to have the tram. The tram is a pain in the ass.
It is.
That they could totally avoid if they would just extend Downtown Disney all the way to the parking structure. And it's not that much further. And there's a parking lot. There's nothing but a parking lot in the way.
Yeah.
All you got to do is put up 2 or 3 buildings, maybe one long building on one side and then two or 3 small buildings on the other side, if that, and then you've extended Downtown Disney. Basically, you've made Downtown Disney into an L, and that connects the parking structure to both parks in a very similar way to actually what City Walk in Florida does, where City Walk, you go down City Walk and then you actually make a turn, and then you get to where on one side is the entrance to Islands of Adventure, and on the other side is the entrance to Universal Orlando.
Right.
So if they were to extend Downtown Disney through the parking lot all the way to where the pedestrian bridge is going to come across, I think it would be really, really nice, and they could just totally get rid of the tram and just force everybody to walk through Downtown Disney, which is what they really should be doing anyways, because now how much business does Downtown Disney lose because people don't have to go through Downtown Disney to get to the parks?
My thought is about parking. Like, do you have a lot in the new parking area just for Downtown Disney for those people who just want to go and eat something and leave?
No. Do they have separate parking at City Walk for just people going to City Walk? No. Everybody basically has to park in the same place. Now they do have the different pricing after 6 thing,
right,
which is something that Downtown Disney could do if they wanted to, but this Downtown Disney also has the spend $20 and get parking free or whatever it is thing. So that's actually kind of better if you look at it, but I think that Downtown Disney would be doing a lot better, and they perhaps wouldn't have had so many businesses that have left if everybody was forced to go into Downtown Disney. But as it is, you get off the tram, everybody's going to go to the parks, and then by the time everybody's done in the parks, they're going straight to the tram. Only your very few people are going to be going to the right when you get off the trams and going down to Disney. Even less so for obviously the people that go to that park in Toy Story.
I mean, I think it's a good idea because you're gonna have a lot of people coming in if they were to do it the way you said, and while they're walking towards the parks, they'll be like, "Oh, we're hungry. Let's stop here at Wet Those Pretzel. Oh, let's stop here at this place to eat." So it would generate more revenue for those businesses,
right?
So I mean,
like I said, it's kind of now Florida is a little bit different. The Disney Springs or their former Downtown Disney is kind of off away from everything, but you can get to all the other parks. You could take the shuttles or whatever from Disney Springs to the other parks. So the Disney Springs is kind of a gateway to all the parks. But like I said, if they wanted to do very similar to like what City Walk here or in Florida does, it basically forces everybody to go through City Walk to get to the parks. Yeah. So it's like I don't know why they weren't doing that from the beginning. They just take it for granted that people are going to want to go to Downtown Disney, but it just seems like that they could have avoided a lot of turnover in Downtown Disney of businesses, which they have had a lot of. If in case you haven't noticed, that they've had a lot of turnover of businesses, but it would improve the businesses that are there now and the ones that are coming if they would force more traffic to go into Downtown Disney. It would be great. And I think they might actually be thinking along those lines by building that pedestrian bridge, because it seems like an awful lot of trouble for what right now is only a few people that cross that bridge to go that way. Because the only people that are really doing it are the people that are going straight to Downtown Disney and not going to the park. If you make everybody go that way, it's even better. But you almost have to extend Downtown Disney all the way to make it more incentive for people to want to go that way.
All right, she says, what do you guys think about turning the AMC theater into an actual theater, like with a stage where they do Broadway type shows? I think that would be amazing, and it's not like it wouldn't do well, unless they are planning to bring the movie theater back.
It would be a fantastic idea. It would be incredibly probably expensive for them to have to remodel, because basically what they would probably end up doing is eliminating all of the smaller theaters, probably, and just taking like the IMAX and the Dolby theaters, and they could turn each of those into like a stage somehow.
No, I think she's talking about just gutting the whole building.
Oh, gut the whole building.
And then you make a performance.
Start from scratch.
Like
basically like build a Hyperion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. It'd be incredibly expensive, and it'd be something we probably wouldn't see for a couple of years if they decided to do that. And I highly doubt it they would do it. But you know how I mentioned how they, instead of bringing in another company, now they should just have it be like another El Capitan, where it could be their own theater. Well, instead of doing that, they could do maybe like a fuller scale, like a Hyperion, or they could even do like their own Pantages or something in there. That's a great idea. Speaking of that, I've been, I said that we had heard rumors about how something about how the deal between AMC and Garden Walk had fallen through, but I keep seeing articles that are mentioning that AMC is going to Garden Walk. So I don't know if that was back on or if those rumors about the deal falling through were untrue, but I keep seeing, as of just recently, Inside the Magic had posted an update about everything that's going on with the west side of downtown Disney, and they mentioned that AMC was still scheduled to go to Garden Walk in 2019. So I don't know where they're putting it, since
maybe it's going to be
House of Blues already took over the old theater.
Maybe it's going to be inside the new hotel. I don't know. Right. She says, "Boy, did Mr. Knight's food review make me hungry. I think I'll go eat now, but it won't be anywhere near as good as that food. Keep on wrecking it, Rachel." All right, thank you for your email, Wreck It Rachel.
Yes, thank you.
All right, next email is from Giselle the Gazelle, and her subject line is, "What the actual heck? You changed the recording date? How could you? Don't you know I need all the time I can get?"
What are you, Dan?
Well, it's funny because she did message us saying that basically that she didn't know we moved the date. So I took a screenshot of our post saying, "Hey, since the World Series is going on, the Dodgers are playing on Tuesday, that we were moving the podcast." So the recording date, that is. So I sent her that, and she says that she's not a good Facebooker because she didn't look and see that. So
do we have to start sending out a newsletter?
I was thinking the same thing too. I was thinking, actually today, I was thinking, should I send messages to everyone who emails us saying that
That is a good idea, actually, that we should maybe come up with like a MousePIRE newsletter only for people that have emailed us.
But why do that when we have a Facebook page and we say, "Hey, we're moving our recording date"? Isn't that the reason?
To be fair, we all know that Facebook is garbage, and that 90% of the time you're not seeing all the posts that you should be seeing on Facebook. So unless you're actually going to the MousePIRE page and looking at everything we've posted, which 90% of people on Facebook don't do, because that's not how Facebook is supposed to be. You're just supposed to go on Facebook on your timeline and hope that whatever you want, you're expecting to see is there. But we all know that doesn't happen. So in fairness, but then again, you're going to have the people, well, I don't check my emails.
Yeah.
So you get those people too. So I'm like, unless we want to cover all bases, I don't know how to set up I don't know if there's some special place you can do newsletters or some.
Why don't you look into it since it's your idea?
Sure.
All right. So.
Oh, I know. Maybe we can do. Maybe that can be extra Patreon content too.
There you
maybe
go.
Like a special newsletter.
We're moving the podcast. Pay us $3 a month to find out when we're moving. All right. Anyway, here I am sending a quick email because Dan told me you were recording today instead. No parks for me this week. Thinking of going Sunday morning this weekend to get my walk on and obviously eat some Bengal barbecue after.
Yeah.
She says, "Yeah, Mr. Knight, welcome to the miso slaw. Deliciousness. That is the rice plate."
Oh, so I take it she's had it before too. Then.
I guess so. She loves it too. She says, "Worth every penny. Talk to you later. Don't fire me." Gee. You're not fired. It's all right. Maybe, I guess in the future, I'm going to have to just say, "Hey, we're recording. Hey, we're recording." You know what? Maybe we'll do we'll get her in on a group text thing. There we go. We'll do a group text thing to everyone who emails and yeah, all that. Maybe we'll set up something like that. That'd be a good idea. All right. Well, thank you for your quick email, Giselle the Gazelle. Appreciate that. And I'm sorry we moved it, but the Dodgers are in the World Series. Game starts on Tuesday, and I just want to concentrate on watching the game. I don't want to be here looking at updates on our phones because...
which is exactly why I didn't know if you had realized that game one was on Tuesday.
No, I did realize it, and I was going to message you later saying, hey, I want to record on Monday because of the game.
But I beat you to it.
Yeah, you beat me to it because that was the whole deal in the first place. When I saw game one's Tuesday, I said, oh, well, we're going to move it, But you text me first, so we were on the same wavelength. So it's all good. It's all good in the hood. And if Game 6 on supposed to be on next Tuesday?
Yes, if it makes it to Game 6, that is scheduled for next Tuesday, and Game 7 would be on Halloween. So there's about a 60% chance. I don't know what the odds are of going to Game 7, but Game 6. Whatever the odds are of going to Game 6 and 7, those are the odds that we're going to have a podcast on next Monday,
yes,
as well. So all of you normal emailers, you may want to go ahead and get your email in by Sunday or
there you go.
Monday afternoon.
There you go.
Regardless.
There you go.
Because by Sunday, well, actually by Saturday or Sunday, we'll know whether there's going to be a Game 6. So.
All right. Next email is from Dan the Mailman.
Oh, just a note. I don't know if Joey ever listens, but he seems to think that the Boston's going to win in 5. So. According to his speculations, there would be no podcast or there would be no game on Tuesday. So, but his speculation can go shove it.
Exactly. All right. Next email.
Giants fan.
Next email is from Dan the Mailman, and his subject line is, "It's what happens when two holidays collide." I'm talking about the long lines.
Whoa.
Got up early Sunday morning and headed out to the park. Toy Story lot wasn't bad at all. Security line on Harborside was busy, but moved, and there were small lines to get into the parks. Through the magic of MaxPass, got a fast pass with Ghost Galaxy and waited in line for Haunted Mansion. Line moved quick. A journey on the train to Tomorrowland and fast passes for Star Tours while in line. Tried the sour apple churro again. This time with the caramel, and it was even better. So if you guys remember last time he got it, they didn't have any caramel sauce, so he had to go without it. Mobile ordered lunch from Hungry Bear, where they still have straws, but no lids. Haha. A few more rides before Star Tours and then lunch.
Here's his, he documented in it. That day he actually had taken this picture and sent it to me of the straws at Hungry Bear, and he just said, "I'm appalled." And I said, no, straws aren't until next year.
Yeah, he sent me the same thing, and I was confused too. I was like, did he miss the memo? Got another fast pass for Thunder Mountain, but decided to abandon it as we still wanted to get some pics with the big pumpkin, and by now the park was starting to get busy. Spent more money on Haunted Mansion and Nightmare Before Christmas stuff than I would like to admit. No, not the plush. Not yet. Got our pumpkin picks, including one with magic, and saw the Maleficent churros, so tried that as well. In the words of my son, this is the best thing I have ever tasted. Wow. He gives his thumbs up. Got the notification that the parking structure was closed, and boy, I saw it in the Toy Story lot. Police directing traffic off the street until the lines to pay, and only one line to exit the parking lot. Overall, had a great day on an early Sunday morning. That I think I may have found a new routine with my kids. I still like to close down the park and will, of course, do that with MousePIRE. But during the morning, they got to experience things, and I didn't have to worry about them getting sleepy. This new routine might pull me in the park a little more. We will see. Softball season isn't for much longer, and soon it will be the holidays and a whole new set of crowd. I will make my return to the podcast during Thanksgiving week, and will be able to do it a few more times over my winter break. Cool. What's your forecast for the parks in the short period of time that Halloween ends and Christmas begins? Maybe a little ease in the crowd, maybe.
Just in that week, or?
Yeah, that week.
I mean, normally there's 2 weeks in between Halloween and Christmas, but in this case there's only really a week, so it's like,
yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. That weekend, the weekend of the 1st, maybe probably one of the might be one of the least busiest weekends of the year. But then again, there may be no difference.
Yeah, because you have the Halloween party on the Wednesday because it's Halloween on the 31st, and then you have November 1st and 2nd. You'll start to see the Christmas stuff coming in. I mean, I'm pretty sure by the 31st, the 30th, there's going to be snow in the castle already.
I'd be surprised if the snows are not already going on the castle.
Yeah. So yeah, that weekend it's going to be busy anyway. But during that week, we don't know. Who knows? Can't predict anything nowadays. He says, "Hope to see you all soon." Dan out. All right, thank you for your email, Dan, the mailman. So yeah, you never know what it's gonna be like during that little week after Halloween and the transition into the holidays at Disneyland. Because I mean, we're seeing during the weekday that parking structure is still closing, things like that, not just the weekend. So you never know. Thank you for your email once again, Dan the mailman. Giselle the Gazelle, Fancy Nancy's back, Wreck-It Rachel, and that awesome food review from Mr. Knight. If you guys have any comments, questions, your own tip of the week, if you have your own food review, you want to give a quick little review of something you had at the park, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the MousePIRE Podcast. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to us, especially those of you who are listening on YouTube. And yes, Tim is a little behind still, but don't worry, we'll post it up as soon as, he'll post it up as soon as he can. He's busy, but we'll get there soon, so don't worry about that. Shout out to, I believe, is Decibels. I think it's Decibels. Looks like Decibels. I don't know what the L in the wrong spot. I don't know. But want to say hi to you. You always comment on our podcast when you listen, so shout out to you. Thanks for listening. Everyone else, you can check out our podcast on YouTube, so we'll get to that later. But yeah, thanks for listening. Super short show today, but we made it anyway. And give you all the information that you guys need to know.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out that yesterday at the Anaheim Ducks game, that the original Duck, Paul Correa.
Oh, not Donald.
No.
Oh, okay.
The original Mighty Duck.
Oh, okay.
Well, the original real Mighty Duck. Okay, sorry. The original real NHL Mighty Duck, back when the the team was created. And they, of course, they were owned by Disney and all that stuff. The original franchise player of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, Paul Correa, of course, one of the greatest hockey players of all time, had his number 9 retired yesterday at the Honda Center.
Awesome.
In a great little ceremony, and his number 9 is hanging right up next to Tamo Solani's number.
Oh, cool.
So. That's pretty cool. I always have a soft spot for not only the Ducks, but original Ducks, and Paul Correa was a really, really great player. And, once the Angels leave, the Ducks will be the only game in town.
Bye, Angels. Sorry, Dan.
Sorry. Have fun watching them in Bakersfield.
Whoa.
Or Vegas. You can go play with the Raiders.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I saw the area where they're building the stadium. Yeah, pretty cool. You see Angels play over there, Las Vegas.
Right,
Angels.
Yeah. You saw they just named their new manager, right? Or yesterday,
yes, I saw that. Interesting.
So, yeah.
So is it going to be the Los Angeles Angels of Las Vegas?
Yes. Just like it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders of Los Angeles.
Interesting stuff. Yes. All right, don't forget to head over to the parks and see the last of the Paint the Night Parade before it ends on November 7th. And also, don't forget Pixar Play Parade will end on, was it November 4th? Something like that. I forget. I think it was the 4th. Yeah. So, yeah, go check that out. And hurry up and get over also so you can check out Halloween time in the parks because that's almost done. You have until Halloween, October 31st. check all that out and get all the goodies. I still need to get over there and get some more treats. I did talk about last week how I got the little food guide to all the Halloween time snacks. So I need to go try that out. And after Matthew said that he gives thumbs up to that Maleficent churro. Was it Maleficent?
Sure.
After Matthew said he gives the thumbs up to the churro, I'm going to go try that one out and see how good that one is. Because if it's the best that he ever had, then I got to try that out. So I will get to the park saying, hey, you know what? It's right there as soon as you walk into the park. So, boom, going to try that out.
All right, so as usual, if you guys want to know any more updates or anything that's going on, please make sure you are checking the Facebook page. So we are MousePIRE on Facebook. We're also at MousePIRE on Twitter and Instagram. And, of course, MousePIRE on the Snappy chats.
And don't forget, if you're check out the MousePIRE Facebook page, you will know when we change our recording date.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram at Baloo1313. Also, follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you'll see your button orders going out. Also, check out dgbclothing.com and get your MousePIRE gear. And you can get your annual pass holder decals so you can put on your car instead of putting the magnet that gets stolen quite often. And I put some new designs up there today. You can get like Mickey and Walt instead of the Mickey head. Or you can get Moana or Tigger. You can get any character you want. If you don't see it on dgpclothing.com, just send me a message and I will put whatever character you want on there and send that out to you. By ordering your decals, you can help our podcast, and we would greatly appreciate that. Also, head over to patreon.com/mousepire, and you can support the podcast there. Also, check out Michael the Mail Guy's $3 special. Support the podcast by giving $3 a month, and that will help us greatly. We do have, besides the equipment issues we're having, we do have to pay for the hosting of the podcast on a server, so we have to pay that monthly. And, all that kind of stuff. So help support the podcast there. And like I said before, you can check out the podcast on YouTube. Just go over to YouTube, search MousePIRE Podcast, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, and you will be notified as soon as a new podcast is posted. When Tim the Tech has a chance to do that. And, so check out all those things and help us out, because we can really use the help, because more stuff just keeps going out every day. Every week is another issue with something. So help us. Thank you. Good night.
I think he wants you to help us. And until next time, remember, always check the MousePIRE page for the latest news or podcast updates. So for Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, and Ozzy Osbourne, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Diggs.
Bye.
I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
Happy beeps.
Make sure you're happy. And then you can clap your hands. This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com. Yeah. I feel like Michael there.